Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I'm Guanzon, and today I'm here with my friends kasi we'll be talking about something that you guys are asking about for a long time now. You want to know more about the business courses in UP Diliman, and today we'll be talking about the business courses in UP Diliman. So disclaimer lang, we are all second years, we are all sophomore, so we don't know that much about the entirety of the course, pero we'll be talking about how we chose the course, why we chose these courses, and bakit kami nandito ngayon, at kung ano yung nalalaman namin about these courses. So before that, I'll introduce my friends first. So first, si Jade. Go, Jade.
Hi, I'm Jade. I'm from BSBA, second year yun nga, UP Diliman. Yeah.
Next,
Is that
Tyra.
it? Okay.
Hi, I'm Shaira. BS Econ, second year.
And lastly, si Raf.
Hi, I'm Raf. I am a sophomore business economics student in UP Diliman.
Okay, so before
that was
anything
so
else,
formal.
kamustahin muna natin sila. So Jade, how are you?
Yeah.
How's your reading break?
My reading break, I did nothing. Parang I have a lot of stuff to do, but I haven't started yet because it's a reading break.
Great, yeah. Chai?
Yeah.
Okay, mine is the complete opposite. I totally planned my whole reading break. So yeah, I've been busy, but then it's very chill. The chill kind of busy and productive. So I've been working on my work. So yeah.
And lastly, Raf.
Ano ba? Okay. So bago mag-start yung reading break, meron kaming dalawang midterm exams na sobrang stressful. So ngayong reading break, nag-recuperate na lang ako doon from the trauma of those midterms. Tulog-tulog.
Yeah, we're still there.
Okay. So, ang aking first question is, how would you introduce your course to someone, to a stranger basically, to someone who doesn't know about the course? So, I'll go first. So, my course is Business Administration and Accountancy officially, pero unofficially hindi na. If I were to introduce my course, siguro sabihin ko na lang na it's the accounting program of UP Diliman, and yung business administration part, it's really not that important or like hindi siya ganun ka-prominent in the degree program. Jade?
Yeah, so yun nga, if BAA is more focused on accountancy, obviously BA is just gonna be focused on business. Tapos parang, if I'm gonna introduce it siguro, I'll tell people na if you want to go into the corporate world but you don't know yet where exactly, I feel like BSBA would be the course to go. Yeah.
Tyra?
So, I guess for me, the highlight of BS economics would be, because Raf here is business economics. And I think the highlight there would be we have a lot of free electives to choose from. So it allows you to become very flexible. Yes, there's a lot of economics, of course. It's already a given. But you can also explore other fields like education, or if you want journalism, you can do it freely as well since we have a lot of electives.
Siguro the way I'd introduce it is it's a program na mainly geared if you're interested in economics kasi the base program is still economics. Pero you also have a secondary interest in business subjects like management and finance. So if gusto mo siguro maging very versatile na you have expertise in both economics and business, it's kind of a good program for you.
So, sa mga hindi nakakaalam, merong dalawang business schools in UP Diliman. So, ito yung College of Business Administration, kung saan dito yung Business Administration and Accountancy, pati yung Business Administration. So, yung courses namin ni Jade. And yung isa ay yung School of Economics, which is nag-handle ng BS Econ and BS Business Econ, which is yung course ni Shaira and ni Raf, respectively. So, for our second question, it would be, ano yung mga common misconceptions sa course nyo na gusto nyong basagin? Ako siguro yung sa business administration part nga. So some people may be enticed to apply in BAA kasi nga they think of it as a dual course. Sa pangalan lang yon, I think it's more of accounting talaga. So, if you guys are planning to take BAA or the BA, I would rather na you guys take BA na lang. And kasi ako, I thought I wanted accounting. Tapos sabi ko, if hindi ko nagustuhan, at least I still have the BA part of BAA. Pero ayun, I was wrong. So, accounting talaga siya. Next, Jade.
I'm not sure kung meron ba talagang misconception about the course itself. Because like, it's pretty straightforward na yun nga. It's about business in general. So, siguro yung misconception lang is, you're gonna have to be the one to figure it out for yourself kung anong path ng business talaga yung gusto mo. Because I think a lot of people think na once you BA, parang you're just gonna learn everything in general as a whole. Pero ang alam ko, I'm not really sure kasi nga we're still sophomores. But like what I know is I think by third year, you're gonna have to choose electives na dun mo na mapipili yung like the field of business you're gonna specialize in. So it's not like a general path na everyone has to follow. Yeah, I think that's it. Max, is it right?
Yeah, so sa BA kasi, syempre, you have to learn the basics of every functions ng business. Pero you get to choose the path na gusto nyo. So we have BA electives, which is, ayun nga, if you wanna go marketing, finance, HR, ano pa ba? Basta yung mga yon. Tapos, we also have non-BA electives. So for example, you wanna go into business, pero for example, gusto nyo sa somewhere related to Pol-Sci, you can take Pol-Sci electives or somewhere near sociology. So you can take soc electives. So in BA, it's more flexible nga talaga and it's more versatile compared to its BAA counterpart, which is more geared talaga sa accounting. Next, Shai.
I think when it comes to economics, there's two things. First would be like a lot of people always ask, after econ, what are you going to be? Like, do you become an analyst, economist? I think not a lot of people know that it's actually very flexible. So that's one thing. And then the other siguro would be that there's not a lot of math in economics. Because I'm really hearing it now from a lot of batchmates na sabi nila, I didn't know there was this much math, and even myself. So I guess a lot of people think na it's a social science. So besides, all the math, there's going to be a lot of that as well. But then expect naman na, but it's not gonna be too overwhelming, I guess, for me. Not too overwhelming as long as you're prepared for it. Yeah. How about you, Raf?
Okay, so yung answer ko was really just going to be the math thing. So siguro I'm gonna just expound on it. Kasi yun nga, a lot of our batchmates ni Shai, they really tell us na hindi nila in-expect na may math yung economics. Pero it really has a lot of math. Like one of the foundational courses na prerequisites to everything else at least in the program of UP, School of Economics, is yung micro. It has calculus. And one of the probably the hardest subject that you take ng any econ student in UP is yung econometrics na may kasama na siyang statistics. And medyo heavy nga talaga siya sa math. So I think yung misconception comes from the alternative program in other universities na AB Economics. I think if you're AB Economics kasi, it's more focusing on the liberal arts side of economics. But since yung economics program in UP is BS, medyo math intensive nga siya.
Is BS?
BS.
Okay, so add ko lang sa mga misconceptions. Ayun nga, since we're in the topic of math nga, many people think na pag accounting student magaling sa math, pero as I've discovered over the years in learning accountancy, it's more of analytics talaga, analysis and reading comprehension. So ayun, don't worry if di kayo masyado magaling sa math kasi ano lang ba mga math sa accounting? Most likely MDAS lang yan and mga exponents. Pero siyempre may mga deeper math din, pero it's more of analytics talaga and reading comprehension. Okay, for my next question, what do you think are the job opportunities after you graduate? So, syempre, kaming mga UP students, we have our organizations, we call it home orgs. So, yung home orgs, these are the orgs na related to our courses. So, for example, for me, I have UPJPIA, which is the home org for accounting students. And for Shaira and Raf, I think they have EcoSoc. They will expound more on that later. Pero for now, ano yung mga narinig nyo sa mga orgmates nyo and sa mga alumni from your course? So, me, first, syempre, obviously, accounting is a must. Marami nagsasabi na they won't take the boards after graduating BA or BSA. Pero that's really not the case. Kasi isipin nyo na 5 years nyong ita-take yung BAA and hindi nyo ita-take yung SIPALE, which is like the validation of all those years of study. Kaya yun, most likely, if you're a graduate of BAA, most likely mga accounting, auditing, yung mga workstations nyo, yung mga work na i-pursue nyo. Pero that's not limited to it. You can be managers, you can be marketers kasi nga it's BA, not only BSA. So ayun, you can go to different fields pero most likely it's geared towards accounting. Okay.
Yeah, so Max mentioned na the other job opportunities with BA kasi nga it's kind of the same. You can go for the manager, you can go for the finance, operations. It's really a lot. Pero I think in our batch pa lang mismo, a lot of people plan on using BA or like the undergrad as a pre-law. Like, because ako personally, that's the case. And then a lot of people also do that. But then it's not for most naman talaga. There's a lot, yeah, but not everyone does. And yun nga, with BA, you're really given a lot of freedom to choose which field of business you want to go to. So, yun, as I mentioned earlier, you can go to the manager side, the finance side, the operations side. It's really a lot. You're just gonna have to choose which one you want to specialize in talaga.
Shai?
For my course, I think continuing from what Jade said, a lot of people also go into law right after. And then others are also like financial analysts in companies, or that's at least how they start out. And then I also heard like a lot of people actually more of business side na yung ginagawa nila. So they really use econ as a fundamental or like foundation to that. And yeah, so it's more of analytics and a lot of others also research. Yeah, that's mostly what I hear about econ students. How about you, Raf?
Okay. So before I finally landed on economics as my undergrad, like sobrang dami kong sinerch na forums and ganyan, and even after I'm here na, I'm hearing a lot about what the alumni's jobs are. So from how I see it, I think if you're an economics major, as Shaira and I said nga before, you're really versatile. Like, siguro you have 2 or 3 paths. No? So first, economics is a really good pre-law. It's one of the programs na prescribed ng UP College of Law na if you take economics, you don't have to take additional units for them to admit you as long as you pass their LAE, the law school admission exam. So if you want to go to law, it's really a good pre-law. The second is business economics yung course ko, so you can focus either on the business side or on the economic side. If you want to focus on the economic side, you either go into government, no? So like that's NEDA or BSP. You go into researcher jobs for them, or you can also be an academic. So if you want to be an academic, you go into postgrad studies, you get a master's and a PhD, and then you work at a university as a professor and researcher if you're really interested in economics. Pero a lot of alumni also, even yung mga BA, like BA economics and business economics grads, compete roughly for the same jobs if you're talking about corporate. So we can go into like the different departments of a company, like operations, sales, ganon, finance. Pero a good fit sa economics sa corporate is yung what's called the business development or a think tank. This is like the department of a company that focuses on like yung mga projections for the years coming forward. So that's a good place for an economics graduate in a company. That's based on what they've heard. So yeah, in summary, I think if you're an economics graduate, you can go into law, you can focus on your economic side or on your business side. Yeah, that's
Or
it.
you
Okay.
can become a politician.
Pwede din. Okay, since we're on the topic of law, dagdag ko lang na BAA is also one of the choices for pre-law na marami nagsasabi maganda daw na pre-law. I think mainly that's because we have a lot of law subjects. And of course, hindi lang naman accounting standards yung tinatakal ng BAA. We also tackle different law, principles of law basically. So we have first yung oblicon, which is the law on obligations and contracts. And meron ding negotiable instruments, which is sa mga cheque. And many people say na si PALE is harder than the actual bar exam. So, I'm not sure if that's true. Pero, ang dami nga nagsasabi na ganun. So, if you survive si PALE, most likely you'll survive bar exams naman daw. And si PALE daw is 1/3 of the coverage of the bar exam. Okay, for my next question ay, why did you choose that certain degree program nung senior high ka? Ano yung iniisip mo nung pinipili mo yan? Okay, so this is quite a funny story kasi batchmates kami nila Jade, Shai, and Rap sa DLSU. So, lahat kami nag-apply for many schools. So, mostly yung Big 3, Big 4. Ako, hindi ko alam kasi parang gusto ko talagang gustuhin yung accounting. Pero, hindi ko talaga pala siya gusto. Pero, nung inisip ko, nung mga panahon na yun ay, inisip ko yung maganda yung BAA kasi it will lead to more opportunity. And sinasabi nila na it's prestigious daw kasi nga daw onti lang nakakapasa. And hindi ko naman nakala na papasa ako. Unfortunately, or fortunately, pumasa ako. So, ayun, that's why I'm in BAA right now. Kasi I thought I would love accounting. What about you, Jade?
So, like, honestly, when we signed up, when we, applied, you guys know this. Now, I applied to the Big 4. And then, in the 3, UP, DLSU, and UST, I applied for accounting. And then, for Ateneo, I applied for ME. Tapos, I didn't pass BAA kasi for UP. But I passed for accounting in LaSalle and UST. But by the time the results got out, I realized I really hated accounting. So, like dun pa lang, my choices were down. I went down to UP and ME. And then I realized na mas general yung BA than ME. And I'm like a really indecisive person. So, sobrang hindi ako sure sa gagawin ko still. So, I just decided to go to UP where it's BAA. And yun nga, honestly, yeah, it was a good choice. No shade, but it was a good choice naman, ata.
You, Shai?
Oh, mine is quite a long and confusing story. Now everyone is gonna start laughing because if Jade is indecisive, I'm like really indecisive. And so, yeah, Raf actually was like, my personal consultant when it came to all the courses because he was really researching on everything and he would analyze each course. So all the options that I had, he really knew like, oh, Shira, this is what you wanted, blah blah, and this and that. And then Jade was just like, just follow what you want, what you really want. And then Max was like, Shira, make a choice. So at the I applied for the Big 4 and UANB, but actually I was also gearing towards accountancy, but it's not because I liked it at all. It was more of because CPA lawyer would sound really nice. Yun. So I realized after I was talking to Jade actually, and I was like, oh, what if I go economics? What do you think? And then I started saying, oh, I think I like it. I think okay, like it challenges me a lot. And then so I applied for that. But in all the schools I applied for, iba-iba yung in-apply ko for. So it was accountancy, and then in DLSU nagpalipat ako to applied corporate management, and then legal management because I won a law after in Ateneo. and then in UST and UANB accountancy. But yeah, I really think, everything fell into place naman when I got to UP, I think.
Yes, Raf.
Okay. So ever since naman bata ako, like grade school, high school, nasa head ko na yung taking economics as a major. Probably because yung dad ko is an economics graduate. So doon ko nakuha. Like, yung dad ko economics graduate, so I searched about it, what it was about. And it was also a good pre-law, and during that time, bala ko pa maging lawyer nung mga high school. Pero nung senior high school in the LSU, tapos na-expose ako sa ABM and business subjects, I found na it's actually very interesting, like yung mga management subjects. Na-interest ako actually. So, nung nag-apply ako I applied to Big 3, mix ng management majors and economics. So for LaSalle, I applied corporate management. Sa Ateneo, it was management engineering. And sa UP, it was business economics. And meron kami actually parang inside joke na I would, like sobrang indecisive kayo na I would take kung ano man yung latest na results na lumabas. So nung January lumabas yung Ateneo, so sabi ko sa friends ko, I was gonna study in Ateneo. And then around the next month, lumabas yung LaSalle. And then I told them, decided na ako sa LaSalle. So thankfully, since sobrang dami nag-apply sa UPCAT, lumabas yung results ng UPCAT around April or May yata. And yun yung latest. So, yun yung tinake ko. Pero it was really, hindi siya gano'n. Hindi gano'n yung thought process ko. It's just an inside joke. What I was thinking was, I didn't want to go to law school anymore. I wanted to be in corporate. Pero the difference between a management major like applied corporate management, business administration, and management engineering, and an economics major is whether you want to look at the smaller picture or the big picture, right? So if you want a management major, mas smaller picture ka, like how does a company work? How do you make sure that your company is still profitable? Ganun. How do you make marketing campaigns to make sure that people buy your products? While kapag economics, more on the big picture, no? How do these small companies intermingle with each other? No? How do banks work? What happens in an open economy? Mga ganun. And I found na roughly, yung mga kinocompete naman nila is the same jobs. Like whether you're in economics or a business business major, you're competing for the same jobs once you graduate. It's really a matter of what do you want to study naman. And for me, I wanted to study the big picture more, like economics. Kaya, I'm here.
That's very insightful, Raf. Thank you for that. So ayun nga, I hope na pinagsasabi namin dito. Pero we'll be continuing this in the second part.